Welcome everyone to the second episode of the Connection 44 podcast. We are hosted here by the wonderful Garden505 Studios. Again this time, I'm very happy as you can see behind me. With me, I have a very special guest today. It's Adi Stoenescu, who I'm very happy to be here. Thank you, Adi, for coming along.
Thank you. Danke für die Einladung.
Yeah, and
you said it really correctly, Stoenescu. I really appreciate.
I practiced along.
Practiced a bit. We practiced a bit before.
Yes.
Yes.
So actually, maybe you tell a little bit our listeners about yourself. You know, for the ones who maybe don't know you. What are you?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah. Who am I really? What am I doing here? What is this podcast? Yeah, so Adi Stoenescu, piano player in the jazz world. I'm from Romania. Let's say Bucharest, but also near Bucharest. And I moved to Berlin 3 years ago.
Right.
And I'm leading some of my projects here in Berlin. I'm trying to be active. I'm going to jam sessions. I'm organizing private sessions at my room. So this would be like an introduction, like a brief introduction.
Yeah. Okay. I guess if someone would know you, they have a little bit of impression about who you are.
Yes.
Yeah. I think we have a lot to talk about today. So maybe let's start with your journey, how you come to be a musician, and more specifically a jazz musician.
Yeah.
I think you were trained classically in the first place.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and after being trained classically, your first study was actually in computer science, so it was not in music. You know?
Exactly.
So I'm curious about when was that change? Yeah, that you said I will be a jazz musician. I want to do jazz music.
Yeah.
And also maybe there was for you, like there is for some, like a special moment where it clicked and you saw maybe the beauty of the music and that made you want to pursue it as well.
This is really nice question. So basically I'm coming from a family where both my parents are connected to music. So my father is a drummer. He's like all around drummer. He's like freelance musician since forever. He's like now he's like 69. He still drums. And my mother, she was doing like some folkloric music. So yeah, both my parents were like deep in the weddings, you know, like they were like playing like hundreds of weddings.
Wow.
They say even thousands, but I'm not sure about the number. So I mean, you can imagine like my father was playing in these restaurants since forever, and I was there like maybe when I was like 4 or 5.
And what kind of music was it then?
It's just let's say like Schlager type of music. It's called like easy music in Romanian. It's like muzică ușoară. I will keep introducing this Romanian words just for the Romanian friends, you know. So you know how they used to play in restaurants back then, you know, even before the 1990 or after a bit. Nowadays it's not so popular anymore, right? Because you know, it's hard, I guess, for some restaurants, you know, to have like a band that plays there like I don't know, 5 times per week or something like that, you know.
And what instruments was it then about? What instruments did they play?
So my father, you mean?
Yeah.
So
I mean, he played drums, but the other instruments within the...
It's like normal combo, like, you know, with bass and guitar and, you know, singers and keyboards. So like like a cover band, but also the concept of cover bands is I associate this concept like with maybe the year 2000 when they started to be like real cover bands that play weddings and events. So until then it was just restaurant bands, I would say. So yeah, so he's a big influence. And also my mother, she was like really good with folkloric music. She won competitions and everything. So yeah, I mean, I was going to the restaurant, I was seeing this band, I think something fascinated me.
From when you were like 4 or 5?
I guess, yeah, 4 or 5 even, yeah,
Maybe.
Exactly. So for me, I guess it was always something in my mind like related to, I want to play with people, I want to be in a band, this was, and it is still important to me, this.
Yes.
Yeah, so so basically my father introduced me to some music. I was, starting with, classic rock like Deep Purple. I'm still a big fan, Deep Purple, Led Zepp. And then I switched a bit to progressive rock. I'm a big fan of Yes, for instance, and other bands. King Crimson, Gentle Giant, Rush,
Right.
Genesis, ELP. How about you? Are you into this prog rock?
Not actually so much. Yeah, I guess for me with the jazz music, it was all about. I was playing in this big band in my school, and I always was playing a lot of trumpet. But this big band introduced me to, let's say, more standard jazz repertoire because we were playing it. So for example, we would play Cantaloupe Island, and I would look up Herbie Hancock Cantaloupe Island, and then there was Freddie Hubbard playing the solo.
I see.
And I was like, oh my god, I want to play like Freddie. And I found it so beautiful, actually. Yeah.
But this is interesting. Yeah. So like your core thing was like really jazz music. Yeah. So it was like the very first big impact was really jazz, because for me, I wouldn't say it was like the traditional jazz, because my father, I mean, he can play some swing, but he's not like a jazz guy. He's more like all around guy. So.
And you can listen to that in your band, Krisper, yeah, right? That you take influences from progressive rock.
Yes, I guess. So yeah, I mean, if I would consider like some core musicians, core artists, I would say I discovered Mahavishnu at some point after these prog rock years, and so a bit of fusion. But yeah, I was fascinated by John McLaughlin.
Yes.
By Alan Holdsworth, some guitar players. It's really weird because I'm actually a bit ignorant. I cannot play like one single chord on a guitar, but I'm fascinated about these guys. And later on, I don't know exactly. I cannot pinpoint the moment where I was like, yeah, I think I want to play jazz. But I have some later moments. For instance, I was doing already computer science. It's Polytechnica University already in Bucharest, and back then you don't have like proper internet. Like this was like 2003, 2004, so like the beginning of YouTube. So I couldn't see proper concerts videos. So I was recording from Mezzo, this French, Mezzo TV. This French channel, and they have like classical music, and in the evening they had like jazz concerts. So I was getting up like during the night, and I was trying to record some stuff from Mezzo, and I recorded some Chicorea concerts. I remember it was called Remembering Bud Powell. This was interesting. And back then I also discovered like a video, this trio with John McLaughlin and Joey DiFrancesco and Dennis Chambers.
I haven't heard it too much, no?
So yeah, with John McLaughlin, 93, 94, he maybe even 95, he had this trio with this great organist Joey DiFrancesco and Dennis Chambers on drums, and they played more like more like traditional jazz, because McLaughlin is associated with the fusion, let's say. Yeah,
you have also the Shakti.
exactly.
Yes.
I saw on your blog that you listened recently to Shakti. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not like a big fan of Shakti, but yeah, I mean, other projects with especially Mahavishnu, I'm a big fan. Yeah, so I mean, I download this concert from Hamburg, actually, right? McLaughlin and Di Francesco, and this guy Joe Di Francesco is really fast guy, and it was like they were playing like Limehouse Blues or something like that, and they were playing like blasting some choruses there. It was very shocking.
Yes.
And yeah, that was quite of an impression. And I remember also in '93 they held a concert in Bucharest, and like a big venue, and to this day like musicians are talking like, hey, do you remember this concert with McLaughlin in '93? Yeah, that was something.
Wow, legendary concert.
It was legendary concert, especially it was like after the revolution, after '89. So yeah, and I saw that concert some point in my student years. It was in the network. I downloaded it from the network. I don't think it's on YouTube actually, but I think I have it on a external hard drive or something like that.
Oh,
yeah. So
that's a special tip.
Anyway, sorry for talking too much, but that made quite an impression. So for some years I was also like an organist, I was playing lots of organ, and then I switched back to piano.
Right.
Yeah, but I played quite a while organ.
So after you let's say had this influence throughout the years when you was a kid and maybe a teenager,
yeah,
eventually you got on the university, and I think there you met someone who was to become your mentor, right?
Yeah, I mean,
for the art of improvisation, let's say.
Yes, exactly. So so I studied with this famous piano player. It's called Marius Pop, late great piano player, and he was also part of this quintet. It's like Bucharest Quintet, which is part of the Romanian history, Romanian jazz history. And he was quite an interesting player, interesting guy. Yeah, I have this story from him. So at some point, there were some Americans playing in a big hall in Bucharest, Lionel Hampton band, So they invited Romanian musicians to play with them, And, the guys from the Bucharest Quintet, they were a bit intimidated and afraid. And nobody showed up except Marius Pop. And yeah, he was telling me, man, you have no idea how stressed I was to play,
He was the one who was brave enough.
Exactly, and to play on the big stage, with these Americans, with no preparation, and if I remember correctly, Lionel Hampton called rim changes, so he knew that, and I think he called also Loverman, which Marius Pop knew, because otherwise it would be a bit embarrassing, but still, yeah, the footage is on YouTube, so this is a nice story from Marius Pop. So yeah, I studied with him like for 3 years, let's say. Yeah.
And now you are based in Berlin, so I know you played some of the most of the major festivals in Romania and in Moldavia.
Yes, I can give you some context if you want afterwards. Yeah, okay.
For sure, let's do it. But I'm also interested in when you decided to come to Berlin, and do you like it here? Do you like being here?
Oh, there's so much to discuss here. Yes, I like it so much. I had this thought, to move somewhere else, since long, but I was afraid. I don't know exactly. it was hard for me to do it. But after the pandemic, something clicked in me. So I needed a change, you know. After the pandemic, I felt like, man, I have to do it now, or it will be too late, you know. So it was just, I took this decision and I chose Berlin because, of course, I like the city and the culture, and but I also had some relatives. I had some relatives in here, and it was, I mean, it looked like the right choice because I already have some connections. By coincidence, these relatives moved back to Romania. They are not living here anymore. But yeah, I mean, also I had this romantic view, like, yes, I go to Berlin. There are many players, many places to play. I will just play here and there, you know. I just play around. It will, you know, it would be awesome. And of course, it's not like that, you know. I mean, you have to struggle a bit, you know.
Yeah, yes. Everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you also struggle?
It's always uphill. You have to work a bit to go uphill, right?
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking.
And I remember I was coming, like, so I'm in Berlin for 3 years, and I was coming 4 years ago, like for 3 weeks, like to, you know, to spend some time, like for a demo, to see how Berlin scene is, you know. So I landed on a Wednesday. I found about the B flat jam session because I wasn't aware. I went there. There was Hendrik Nels there because Robin was away, and Hendrik asked me, you know, tomorrow I have a gig if you want to come there. And I went to York Schlossen. The next day I played a small gig with him. And I thought to myself, man, first day I already got a gig. It's pretty easy in Berlin, you know. Yeah, this is the place I want to be, you know. And of course, it's not like that. This was just the demo version.
Was it also in this 3-week trip that you met the two guys you were later going on a tour with? Or
yes, exactly. This is like really random stuff. So I was at Zigzag session on a Tuesday. So I played with these two guys. Of course, I didn't know who they were, and we played just one song. We played Confirmation. And basically, this was like the rhythm section, right? So bass player and drums. And then I understand that these two guys are not from Berlin. Actually, they are visiting from Finland. They had a couple of concerts in Berlin. So it's Alessandro Dana on drums, Italian guy, but he lives in Helsinki. And Jonathan Beckstrom on double bass. So, I mean, we kept in contact. Then I went to Romania, and I had some material. So I thought, okay, I will invite these two guys to make a small tour and to record an album. And this is what we did. And we played like 4 or 5 venues in Romania. We recorded a trio. Yeah. Some Bandcamp. Not so much. I didn't do much PR, or put it on the market or anything. It's just on Bandcamp. Yeah,
so go and listen.
I just wanted to exactly
to Adi Stoenescu trio, right?
Exactly. Yes. I think the album is called Surfacing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, this was I just wanted to to see if I can do something relatively quick, and
and this is one of your projects, but there are more, there are.
I mean, now my main project is called Krisper. I think you know more about this one. This project is like I have it since long. I think like since 2016. I had a Romanian lineup. So it was active until 2019. And we played some festivals. We put out an album. And then there was a
just say hiatus. Maybe the name of the album.
The name of the album is Landing on the Comet. So
like the Little Prince.
So then the project took a break, And then I moved to Berlin, and I thought to myself, I think I want to restart this project with some Berlin lineup.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have great guys in the band like Dima Bondarev, Omni Abramov, Martin Krumling on drums, and Francesco Beccaro on bass.
Yes, good team.
Yes, it's very heavy theme, so it's hard to get them on rehearsals because everybody's very busy. They are very in demand. But it's really fun to play with them. It's really like they push me, to be better.
Yeah, and you've also managed in quite a short time to put this videos out on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Kind of live concerts. Yeah, there's one on with Berta Berlin.
Yeah.
That we've talked about. Yeah. And what is the other one from where is it?
I mean, there's another one also from Berta,
Mhm.
Berlin. So one is at Centrifuge Studio, and one is from live concert at B Flat 1 year ago. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So this was the idea. I mean, nobody knew this project, so I had to make something like people to see. Okay, what is this? So this was the idea. We need to have a video first, and then maybe try to get some gigs.
Yes, exactly. And how would you describe the music? How would you describe it?
So yeah, so there is like no secret in this. I was a big fan of this band Nobody. I still am a big fan, although now they play not in quintet, they play in quartet. So Nate Wood also plays. You know this band, right?
No.
You don't know this band? But for instance, Ben Wendell, I think you know.
Yes.
So Ben Wendell is a saxophone player there. Do you know Nate Wood?
Yeah, I heard him. Yeah.
This guy that plays like many instruments all at once. He plays.
Right.
He's mainly a drummer, but he also plays bass at the same time. And he has like a project. It's called Four because he plays like 4 things. So he also plays a bit of keyboards and he sings, but all at once. It's something really special. Anyway, so this band is really something special for me because they are all jazzmen, but they play a bit different. Like the compositions are really interesting and very alternative, but it's hard to describe. It's not really a fusion, although it's fusion, but it's not what you would expect, when you say like fusion band. Yes. It's not, they have no guitars, just Rhodes with effects, 2 horns and bass, electric bass and drums. So I was so in love with this because it showed me that, okay, these are some jazz musicians that can play some jazz, but also introduce some influences, like some riffs, maybe, some influences from rock, from metal even, So I wanted to do that, when you see this, like, wow, they allow themselves to do that. Okay, I want, it's right up my alley because I also wanted to, not just to play, just jazz. So I basically formed this project with this format in mind. This lineup with Rhodes, 2 horns, bass and drums. So nowadays, okay, I think the style is not so close. I mean, it still is somehow, but yeah, because the Berlin lineup are more, they are, the guys in the band are really explorers, so they bring like a bit of even more effects, even more, effects, trip, like, and we can go really into some areas like, I would, how would I call this? Yeah, it's more experimental even, but still it's like structure, composition based, and yeah,
I think when we like this keyword experimental, one could kind of think it's actually really nice both to listen to it concentrating on the music but it's also really nice to have it like as a at the side of your consciousness, basically, when you're doing something different, it is. So I really like that that you found this let's say path in the middle where you both are allowed to have experimentation and have something that is free and where you maybe don't know yourself which path the music is taking, but at the same time you can really enjoy everything that's happening. So good job for that. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, I mean, I want to keep it a bit open,
Mm-hmm.
And what can I tell?
You told, for example, it was a free. You have a more free form approach. Yeah. But what do you mean exactly when it comes to that?
Actually, it's pretty structured, to be honest. I'm a structuralist guy, right? So there are really some fixed stuff, but after we work on those, we can go, further. But what happened is also I asked some guys like to bring some songs, some compositions. So because of that, now it's interesting, because I used to, mostly I was composing, but for the band. But Dima brought like a composition which is like it has some free moments, and during those free moments, I don't know, it sometimes so much happens in there. Is really, really fun. And this composition of his sometimes takes like 15-20 minutes when we play it live, because it has many solo moments, so it becomes quite a trip. So this is interesting, like also Omri brought a composition which is different, right? So I think I'm referring to mostly to this, allowing people to bring their to have their input, and for me to to challenge myself with other compositions, because sometimes you get bored of your own material.
I guess. But I'm also interested in knowing how you go about the process of composing a piece, for example, for your band. And maybe and then there's also something aside from this question we haven't talked about, which is the group project that you also have. Yeah.
It's more like an acoustic project. Yeah.
That is more the acoustic side of things.
Exactly. Yes.
But when you compose a piece, is there a specific starting point for you? Do you start? How would you describe the process? Or how do you begin with a melody, or do you rather like to have some thought, some inspiration from somewhere? How do you do it?
Thank you for this question. So what I like to do the most, I record myself with the piano. I'm recording myself MIDI, so in Sibelius or something like that. So I want to also to have the notes in there, right? So I record, like, for instance, 1 hour.
You just have 1 hour where you play?
Yes, I'm playing, like, and then you can see like 100 pages there, right? So mostly it's rubbish, and also the notes are like not correct on the grid. It's just very messy. But then after 2 weeks I can listen to that, and I can extract some stuff from there that I like, and I work on those moments. I put them aside, and also later on I try to connect these moments. So this is really a natural way for me, because it's not based on what I'm hearing, right? It's based on accidents, and I like accidents, and random stuff. So basically I'm surprising myself. It's like when I go, like, after 2 weeks to see what I did there, I don't recognize even, like, what is this? So it's like somebody else
who
composed for me. Exactly. Yeah, who played this? Who composed this? So this is one way I do. Yeah, another like alternative ways also, like I'm inputting notes from the keyboard also in Sibelius or MuseScore, that but like really random, and then I play them and it's rubbish. But if you alter a bit, a note here and there, I can show you like some compositions that are really melodic doing this approach. But this is more like alternative ways I found for myself. I mean, of course you can go also with just trying at the piano some chords, some melodies, but this classic approach for me is not so good. I don't know why. It's just
I'm pretty amazed at this, because it's kind of like you extract that 1%
yes
of gold,
yeah
and you work with that,
yeah. I mean, it's really interesting. Sometimes I get the full A section or the full B section. I can show like some songs that were like really improvised, and sometimes I change like just a few notes, and sometimes it's just a chunk there of okay, it doesn't happen immediately. I mean, if you play 20 minutes or something and then something happens and you just keep going, I think one of my best compositions were like this. And it's really weird afterwards. Sometimes you just, even if you want to change some notes, it feels wrong. It was already there in a certain way, so just let's keep it like that. Of course, in some regards, of course, you still have to edit, to adjust some rhythms, some stuff. But I get lots of fun out of this process. Yes.
Yes, I bet. Yes.
How about you? How do you compose?
For me, I thank you for asking. Yeah, I have an approach that is, I guess, somewhat similar to yours, in the sense that I may know that I will play a lot of mediocre melodies during a day or so, but I know there are sometimes moments in which I feel like I'm kind of charged. So when I play, then I kind of know what's coming out is, let's say, more of the kind of gold that you would be looking for. Not that I would say that I would be immediately have this these things that are in perfection, but I like to take these melodies on the trumpet and write them down, and then if it's a slower song, I might be able to directly put the chords to it, because I know where a root note is supposed to be, but if it's something more rhythmical, more technical, I have kind of I wouldn't even call it technique, but I go through several renditions of trying to, let's say, come to the most pleasing version of a thing. So it might be that up until some song is ready, it has 3 or 4 times where some experimentation will take place. Yeah.
I don't know if you have this problem. I have this problem. I have very old composition and I still changing chords or notes to them, even now. And this is troublesome because, when you bring this, edited charts again, to the same guys, like, you want to change again here, But it's like something is on my mind, sometimes something doesn't work like for 1 year or 2 years. And then I understand exactly what is the problem and I can change it there,
Mm-hmm.
So this is a bit troublesome sometimes.
Yes, that's right.
I wish I would write it and leave it like that, but I just cannot. Like, my mind is always like ruminating over.
That's what they say of Beethoven, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that he was very hypercritical of his compositions, and he used to, cut notes out and then put them back again, and,
yeah.
and things like that. Yeah.
Oh.
And Mozart was not like that at all. Mozart was okay. This is good. This is perfect.
Yeah, I think Beethoven. Yeah, he went for the always.
Are
he
you
wanted
into classical music actually too?
Yeah,
after
so
all? Yeah.
I played classical piano for 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I played some Beethoven. I mean, the hardest piece, it was like Sonata Pathetique, first movement, second movement from Beethoven, let's say. Yeah, and like a normal, normal pupil in music school, I was doing Mozart, Bach, this kind of stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, so Beethoven, I think he went always for the right continuation. He's obsessed by this is interesting, the right continuation.
Also something that would maybe, to me, that's interesting to ask you, since you also have your mind in computer science, how you see the connection between the topics, let's say, like how do you, is there something that you took from computer science to music, or from from mathematics maybe?
Yeah, so clearly two different worlds, but I think I got this engineering way to approach sometimes music, maybe like to be a bit organized when I'm writing something, or to optimize sometimes stuff. Sometimes I just go for simple things because it's just optimal. This is not necessarily good. Sometimes I just got lots of notes and everything, and I just leave just a very sketchy thing because just I feel like there's too much maybe. And yeah, sometimes it should be also more baroque, more flamboyant, whatever. But so, and also I got this divide et impera, right? When you split a problem in small parts, so you try to think in a serial way, or you try to fix one thing and then you to move to another, so you try to split the problems in parts, basically. I guess I have a bit of this, which sometimes I mean, okay, with the more organized people I see definitely, but with some jazz musicians it's not there. Definitely they are more like holistic approach.
True. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful technique. Yeah, that's a wonderful technique to you can take on the whole chunk. Yeah, you split it into parts.
Yeah,
and
if it's possible, I mean, as much as possible. Sometimes you cannot do it, but my mind tries to do that.
Something I was also curious about with you was, why do you choose the Rhodes, for example, as like a instrument? Yeah.
I mean, especially with Krisper, as I was telling you, I fell in love with anybody. So Adam Benjamin uses Rhodes with effects. I mean, I played Rhodes in the past, but yeah, it's just if you want to get this alternative, very spacey sound, yeah, the Rhodes is the thing. I mean, you cannot play piano, and yeah, like keyboards, like digital keyboards, they just don't cut.
They don't have the same.
No, I mean, I cannot explain, but the difference is so huge between a Rhodes and the best Rhodes on a Nor piano or whatever. It's really, the feeling and everything. It's amazing. Yeah. It's really something. And I wasn't aware until I played Rhodes, but.
So you can get a very big variety of different sounds out of it with your effects that you use.
Yes, a bit, yeah. I'm a big sucker for delays, for Strymon delay, and I also wanted to use something like really raw. Like I tried first drive and then distortion, and it wasn't like what I wanted. So now I have a fuzzer, which is really destroying the signal, but it's good. It's very brutal. And yeah, I don't have many effects, just a bit for the color. Ring modulator sometimes. And I saw that you have an effect. I don't know. I observed this effect here, by the way. Is it maybe Daniel or this particle?
Yes.
Or you are not allowed to...
No, show it to the camera.
I also use this, which is Red Panda, is particle 2 I have, which is really, like a chopper, delay chopper, really interesting stuff. You can reverse, you can chop the signal. And I started to use this more recently because I was afraid. It's hard to control, especially in a jazz band with chords and everything.
Yes. Where do you want to take this band specifically to? Yeah. Do you have something in mind already? Something like a vision that you have for this band?
No, I mean, it's just the intuition of a specific sound, which I hope it gets through in the live concerts. And we're just trying maybe to record our second album, maybe soon, because we have some material. I'm not I'm too old for this thing. Like we want to make it. It's just whatever
you just do it.
Yes, I mean whatever comes. And I'm trying to book some gigs and everything, but if it's not happening or like like a big scale, is definitely no problem.
Yeah, but you have some. Where do you play next? Where do you play next?
I have a gig. We have a gig with Krisper in B flat, 16th of December.
16th
of December. I think it's Tuesday.
Yes.
And and I think a couple more in next year. Yeah.
So you should definitely all check that out, to all the listeners. Yeah. Maybe that's a wrap. What do you think?
Sure. I mean, I wanted to tell really briefly about a project that I just started with Dima, the same trumpet player. I mean, Dima Bondarev in Krisper is a great trumpet player, and we just started a duo, and we will play this week in Romania, in 2 cities, in Brașov and Bucharest. And it's really challenging for me, just piano and trumpet, and we don't want to use effects for this one.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's just a duo like many others, but, it's more responsibility to play in a duo.
But
I think this is mine, sorry.
So do you play standards within that project, or what kind of thing do you
No, actually it's, compositions by me, by Dima. We also play a couple of Krisper songs. Let's see how that sounds. And also some standards. So it's like a great palette. We want to have variation, to be diverse.
Right. So maybe when you release your album, you will come by for a second rendition.
Oh yeah, that would be nice. But let's see if that happens. In the near future.
Yes, and actually we are going to listen to a live concert of yours, right? Or like a small,
Yeah.
Yeah, we will have something.
Concert.
Right?
I just prepared one song. It's a ballad. It's a beautiful song from a great late pianist, Mircea Tiberian, who unfortunately passed away 1 month ago. So this is a song it's a duo, so piano and voice, and composed somewhere in 1988. So still a communist era. So it's called Magic Bird, and it's a song recorded by Mircea Tiberian and Anca Parghel, also a great late Romanian singer. And by the way, Mircea Tiberian is really also a really nice musician from Romania, and he had some connections with German jazz. He played with Chris Dahlgren, with Thilo Weber, with even Christian Lillinger. Yeah, a very interesting guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we're gonna hear some of that. And Adi, thank you so much for coming.
thank you,
along.
Fabio.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it was a pleasure. I think also I really learned something today, about composing,
Yeah.
for example.
The process is important. Yeah, for me, the process is important.
Mhm. Yes, the process. Process.
Not just the output,
Mhm.
the process. Sorry, I messed up your outro.
Perfect, Adi.
Dankeschön.
Thank you.
Thank you for the invitation, Fabio.
Yes.
Pleasure to be here.
Cool.